Hey everyone, it's Angus here and welcome to another episode. These are the January 2019 updates for Sunset Witch X. Outside of the game itself, I've been working on some storyboards and level plans, though I'm keeping most of this stuff to myself for now, as I don't want to spoil too much. I've also been working on some of the melodies for the stages, through the magic of humming. Yeah, it's still a work in progress. Aside from all that, I've been focused on working on one stage this month, the abandoned factory stage. As you can see, it's a place that's dark and overgrown with moss and grass. I love looking at photos of abandoned places, so it was fun working on a design of this stage. I think so far this is the most alive stage, as I added specks of dust flowing through the wind. This was a stage that was already in progress and had some placeholder tiles and such, but my method of designing this stage was by taking screenshots of certain areas, marking out where the highlights and dark areas would be, and then painting over it, which I then downscale and turn into tiles, and then those tiles are used throughout the stage. So far this stage has the most tiles to it, even more so than the cathedral stage from last time, but a stage isn't anything without content, so let's take a deeper look. When you first start the stage, you come across these coral platforms, and you quickly learn that you can walk on them and break them. But not far into the stage you realise the enemies can break them too. Not long after that we come across this enemy, who then starts destroying the floor below you, but there's nothing harmful below, so you're okay for now. As the level goes on there's more and more spikes, and eventually we come into a room like this. We have a bed of spikes below, yet there's also a bunch of coral stopping us from falling. This room is a bit more of a challenge as you have to watch out for both the enemy and the spikes. But it gets more challenging later on, as now you have to face an enemy, the spikes, and the bullets it fires. Just a natural progression of challenge. But they're not the only enemy types in this level. We have these dual robot enemies, or sometimes dual enemies, sometimes they're singular. Anyway, when you first encounter them they're fairly out of the way. You're given platform space to shoot the bottom half and the top half. But later on they become more invasive. Sometimes they'll be destroying the ground below you, and other times you'll need them to survive. In this room for instance we need to exit to the right, but the coral platform is blocking our way out, so the only way out is to use the enemy to destroy the coral. After letting it escape it's able to destroy the platform, however now it's out to destroy you as well. This challenge pops up a few times afterward. Now initially when designing these areas there was a bit of an oversight. If you were to destroy the enemy before it destroyed the coral, then you would have soft-locked yourself into the room. So to avoid this I gave the enemies temporary invincibility. If they're an important enemy then they'll have shields, and once they destroy the coral they then lose their shields, turning them back into regular enemies. A good save for what could have been a bad oversight. Most people probably wouldn't notice, but you do now. Just don't tell anyone. But yes, those are the main highlights of the stage so far. Whenever you're not solving puzzles or destroying tons of enemies, there are plenty of breather moments where you're either collecting gems or absorbing the atmosphere. That's all for this episode, but I want to give a quick shout out to Kotaku UK for featuring Sunset Witch on their upcoming Brit list, a list of upcoming British developed games. I'm very thankful for the feature, and definitely go check out some of the other games on the list. My goal for next month is to basically do the same thing. Take a stage that's a work in progress, and do further work on its level design and aesthetics. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you next time. Until then, take care.